Hi and welcome back to another video of JPlay. I am Marcus, and as I promised, I will continue my journeys through Euthia, Torment of Resurrection, doing the next scenario in the book, which is the Imminent Threat. The first time you heard about the horrifying group of monsters terrorizing the area around the church, it sounded like a fairy tale. The threat is real though, and you do not have much time to prepare yourself to defend the last places of hope in Euthia. Yeah, that's basically somewhat of a semi-cooperative scenario. I did get the suggestion to go for a more advanced scenario, which I believe was defending the settlements, indeed, but I read through that, and I think, given my experience in this game, might be a little bit too much at this point in time. It's also considerably longer than this one. We are playing the Imminent Threat scenario. Basically, 8 rounds. After the 8th round, we will have a 9th round where we will be beamed back to the chapel, and then we will have to fight our, ultimate nemesis, ultimate threat in this game. Which in my case, because I'm playing on the normal difficulty level, I'm playing a solo game, will be one level 1 monster and one level 2 monster. I have to fight them simultaneously, so this is definitely a challenge compared to all the fights that you have seen before. And in case you watched my previous playthrough of this, I wasn't particularly successful, and here we only have one more round to prepare ourselves. So I'm really not sure how things go. The rules really speak about an actual lose condition, which I typically prefer. So if I will fail to defeat those final 2 monsters, I will also not count my points, because then I really have utterly failed Euthia here. In this session, or in this scenario, I decided to play with a somewhat more straightforward character, Dral. I keep hearing that he seems to be a relatively easy to play kind of character, which I think was also part of the challenge I had to experience during my very first round. So I think he already starts with 2 more life points, which can be huge in this game. We have some good weapons here. Yes, in respect to his upgrades, I think he has to pay a little bit more for that, but I think money wasn't really a problem during my very first scenario I've played. And I think with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go. I will not go through the rules. If you don't know the game, then watch my previous playthrough or watch better playthroughs by Colin or Paul Krogan or so. Every now and then I might stop and go through some of the, let's call it rules reminders, but ultimately my plan is to really move this game along a little bit quicker than it did during the hunt scenario, basically my first playthrough. As usual, our little sun-dropped character here, or miniature here, really not so little. It's really, these are large miniatures, by the way. We are starting on the chapel. I think there might be scenarios where there might be a different starting tile. Again, I haven't gone through a lot of those, but that's the standard starting point from the scenarios I was able to see. And I think with that being said, we should start to move. And I think in this scenario, let's spend this action token here. Again, you can either go for the movement points or for the action. Again, there is no real action to take, so we are spending 1 movement point, so we have 1 more left. Also, as usual, we will now start to reveal the land around us. Oh, that's pretty crap actually, because we have the portal right next to each other. Yeah, that's stupid. But we also already have some chaos here. So we have these, I think this is the air elemental, which will mess with our dice. We will come to that. We will have to continue to reveal. Okay. Are you kidding me? Okay, we could teleport for free basically, or maybe that's not too bad in this case. And but this is also tempting, because here we have a treasure tile where we can gain stuff pretty much for free, and then we still have a movement point left. Of course, for free we could teleport in here, then we would see what's around this. Question really is, what order are we going to take here? Because, or which direction do we want to take? I mean, it's great that we could liberate this, I think, market location here, but then we only would have 3 coins, which really isn't a lot. So I'm really tempted to start start moving up here and then maybe up here and see what's happening there, because here we would gain a healing potion. That's never a bad thing. Here we would gain some stuff, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So with our remaining movement point, I will move up here. So this is gone, which also means we have fully resolved this. We have to reveal our next tile right next to us, and here, oh, here we have our first, I think, alchemist location. During the last scenario, I think we had one, but this came ultra late in the game. And again, the game really comes with a ton of different tiles, which you set up for each scenario a little bit individual, but still, even within that, you already have so much replayability in this game. It's really crazy. For a free action, I think we are going to dig for a treasure here. We don't need to liberate it. Again, it's a free action. So let's see what we get. I think that's the right one indeed. Okay, and that's an amethyst, which we can either carry around with us, or we could, in theory, directly put it into our storage. I think right now there is nothing to gain from there. The amethyst, I believe, yeah, would give us 1 extra carrying power, but we can't go beyond 3 anyway. But this would counter whatever heavy armor or so, which typically reduces the amount of bags we have available. So I think for, especially for Dra the warrior, we might go for, let's say, heavier armor, and then this could come in handy. In this case, it doesn't really matter too much. I believe we can cash it in right now. We can also sell it later. That's maybe the thing, but we can sell it for 2 either way. So I guess in this case, let's directly use it and place it into our inventory. So this one is out. Then I guess, yeah, that's okay. We are spending 1 more action token here again in order to move. Oh, I have to place a token on that space, by the way, so we can't dig for treasures here again. So I think we want to fight in here because, and one thing I always forget is to place one of these silver cards into the cache of the iPlayer here. And I've been told that the expansion comes with a different set of solo rules. I haven't looked at those. I think you're no longer using these cards or so. You're also rolling those dice, even though I really like that mechanic here, actually. I'm also curious what the expansion does. But again, we are sticking to the normal solo rules in this case. So we have dealt with that. At the start of each round, we are placing one of these silver cards into the so-called cache. So with that movement point here, again, we can't dig for any, there's no mine in here. I think we want to go in here because then next round we might be actually able to dig for something there. We have again to reveal some more. Oh gosh, and of course we have another air elemental, which will now completely mess with us. Are you kidding me? Okay, but we still have to reveal 1 more tile, and here we have our very first encounter, basically coming with a quest, which in this case is the emissary. So we will remove 1, 2, 3, 4 cards from the respective piles. So these are the 3 we are using, and we will always have 2 of these quests face up. And in this case, he wants stuff from us, and we do have that amethyst. So we could move in there next round for 2 coins and 1 reputation. That is not terrible. But first of all, we have to face our first enemy here. So we have to spend our combat token. Let's see what monster we get. And in this case, it's a grizzly. I believe this was none of the enemies I encountered during my first playthrough. Could be terribly wrong though, but in this case it's an okay start. It only gets 1 chaos token, no guard tokens, and we are not adding any silver card. It still have 5 life points, and these level 1 creatures range from 3 to 5, and I always happen to get the full life point creatures. I'm not even sure if there are creatures which have fewer than 5 life points, quite honestly. But okay, it is what it is. That's more or less the start of the setup step, a combat setup also. Then we would go into a first strike phase. Again, because it's early game, we don't have any first strike abilities. We could now heal. We are fully healed. So we are directly moving into the monster attack phase, which means we are drawing our first combat. Yeah, great start, of course. So it's basically rolled a 10. Which I think means we are getting 1 pip on the die of hope. I think, yeah, on a 10 to 12. we are gaining that. We can use this Die of Hope for all kind of stuff, basically she's intervention in this case. But because we are next to an air elemental, the highest die would now flip to the other side, but that doesn't happen if you're rolling doubles in this case. So that was extremely lucky for that grizzly bear. You must be joking. It's still using its chaos token here to play one silver card. Keep in mind we only have one silver card in here. So let's see what we get. Oh, that's a pretty brutal one actually. If it rolls or it stays on a 6+, which it is right now, it deals one more extra damage. So that's now something where I can start using my guard tokens. And I think I am okay because Dral has 7 life points, so he can suck up that damage. So it's 2 + 1 in this case, indeed. So that's 3 life points. I think I am okay. So 1, 2, 3, down to 4. I think we can survive another round of combat, which I think all that matters in this case. So now it's up to us, or back to us. We can now use healing again. I think we don't need to do that. We will use our rusty sword. That's a weapon. Weapons can be used multiple times during a round. Abilities are typically exhausted. So in this case, we are hoping for an 11+ in order to deal 3 damage. Again, I need to bring it down in 2 combat rounds. That's basically my goal. Okay, then let's roll our dice and okay, wow. Okay, the game is on. I feel the dice gods on my side. So we are also not affected by the air elemental, which is huge, of course. And yeah, we are dealing basically 3 points worth of damage right off the bat. I think we do have a 3 token here, indeed. So I think that was the perfect result. Really, it was. I totally take that. So we are going into the next round of combat. Again, I could heal. We are discarding all this. Again, I think I don't need to heal right now. We should be able to survive no matter what. So we are moving into the monster attack phase. And okay, that's bit of a problem, I believe, because I believe the highest one is indeed moving to the other side because of the earth elemental. So that's a 6, which would be dealing 2 points worth of damage. I could now use guard tokens to bring it down. I think it's relatively likely that we would be able to bring it down actually, but I think we can live with the 2 damage. Guard tokens might be more important actually. Yes, again, I will suck it up. 1 and 2. So we are down to only 2 life points. Again, we could heal now, but I'm really hoping we can get rid of it now. So we will use our rusty sword again. It's a weapon. We can continuously use it. We will roll our dice and ooh, that's not great at all. I should have used, but we can still do that. So first of all, it's a 7. It's the initial roll, which means she's intervention doesn't kick in. I think we really check that before you apply any sort of modifiers, right? So this goes down to a 2, which is not good enough, unfortunately. But we don't get she's intervention. In theory, this is a +1 anyway, but I believe we have to spend a guard token now. We need to inflict 2 points worth of damage. Otherwise, we can't go through another round of combat, basically. So we are spending this. We will reroll that. That's a +2. And that's now 3. It's not big, but that's again +2. That's only 5, 6. We just made it to 5 damage here. So this grizzly bear is dead. Not really great, but it is what it is. We gain 1 reputation, so we are moving to 1. Hooray. We gain 1 opal, which we can sell. I think it can help us with when we equip it with future mining actions. We are getting 2 silver cards, which yeah, it's half a coin for us, but it's 2 more silver cards for the AI player. So whenever we gain silver or golden cards, so does the AI. So that's usually a double-edged sword, basically. In theory, we could put the grizzly bear into our backpack, but I believe we don't have the hunter in this scenario. We already revealed the quest from level 2 basically, so we might as well get rid of it. But as I don't really know the game too well, I think I will carry it along as long as I see fit. And on top of this, we also get the rewards from the space. So that's 1 coin from this beautiful coinage. Really so nice. And then yeah, we are getting 1 extra healing potion. I think that really does come in handy. But now all our back spaces are full. Again, I can ditch this Grizzly Bear any time I want, basically. I think there's really no point carrying it around. And I think that's actually the end of the round. So we move into round 2. We are adding another silver card to the AI player, which is never a good thing. Whenever there are 4, we are cashing in it for a golden card, which is usually quite terrible, actually. And then we are getting our action tokens back. And in theory, you can basically carry over 1 action token to the next round. This is what this space is for, but yeah, right now we were able to use them all. Then let's start our action phase. And again, what I'm always doing wrong in this case is on these mining spaces, when you defeat or liberate the space, you place 2 of these mining tokens on there. And then when you then actually take the mining action, then you are removing 1. This pretty much shows you that you are still allowed to mine. And I think that's what we are going to do. So we are now, instead of using the movement, we will go for the mining. So we will remove 1. It still counts for any future victory points and whatnot. And then we are drawing our very first mining token. So let's see what we get. And in this case, oh, that's a gold nugget. So I think we have to say goodbye to our Grizzly Bear, because these gold nuggets we can basically sell to a merchant. That's 5 coin. That's really nothing to sneeze at. Then, yeah, the question is, do we want to fight this round or not? We have 2 healing potions, which I think we could survive another fight. So no, I think we are going to spend this one for the movement. Now we are moving on to this space, the emissary. We have still 1 more movement point left. And the idea there is to cash in either the opal or the amethyst. And I think I want to hold on to the amethyst for now. So we are cashing in this one here for 2 coins. And on top of this, we are also gaining 1 reputation, bringing us to 2. So when we are now going for a learning action, we can unlock our level 2 tiles here. Ideally, we want to make it to 4 before we are taking a learning action, simply because it's more cost efficient. And we will simply have more abilities to choose from, or items. So this card is done. I think we will reveal a new card at the end of the round. I could still complete this one, but I don't have a ruby or the emerald here. So this is gone as well. And yeah, of course, one thing I keep forgetting, I should have revealed another tile. That's the first thing that should have happened here. And in this case, it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, we have another quest actually, which in this case is the Druid. So let's see again, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So these cards are actually out, and we are revealing 2 cards here. And he wants some of these essences, I believe. So a water or a wind essence. Again, we could gain the air essence from this one here if we are encountering it. And here, basically the same thing. Okay, not great. We didn't really find an awful lot of elementals so far. Yes, we have 2 air elementals, which, yeah, could help us here. Let's see about that. Not quite sure what to make of this. But we still had 1 more movement point left. So I think we may want to fight. We could gain some more Gar here and 4 coins. And so far, yeah, we did explore 1 here. Or should we go down here in order to prepare for this? But then we have to go for, we have to go through 2 fights anyway. That's now a nasty one actually, because I'm not sure if I will be able to kill 2 enemies. Oh, I think I might. Oh, that's really not great actually. Again, we have 1 more movement point left. And I think, yeah, we may want to need to move down here actually next. Because I can go through 1 more fight and then I can trade here directly. And I think that's what I need to do. Ooh, that seems wasteful. Didn't really think that one through. So for our remaining movement point, we will move in here. Yeah, and then that's now bad. We have 3 here. What do we do with those 3? Should we maybe do 1, 2, 3? No, we can't really. Yeah, we could do that actually. We could use our healing potion now and buy another healing potion at the church. And from there, we would need 1, 2 to move in here. Oh, that's so bad. Or we can hold on to the 3 for the next round. Then we would have 4 full actions next round. Maybe that's the better deal actually. Should we do that? And I think we should. So I will park this remaining action on the reserve space, which means next round we will get those and we get the same one back. So we have basically 2 combat actions or 1 combat action and 3 movement points. This seems rather huge. But this also means we have to deal with a golden card next round. But I think that's what we need to do actually. So let's move into the next round. Oh, the game is moving so quickly. I have no clue how to deal with that. And we haven't really leveled up so far. That's really embarrassing actually. But it is what it is. We have to add a silver card. Again, because that's already the 4th card, we are cashing all those 4th cards in. I think we can simply put it on top because we didn't look at those anyway. And we will have to replace it with a golden card. It's only 1 card. Sometimes 1 golden card might be better than 2 silver cards. Might be terribly wrong. I don't know. But that's what we have to deal with. And I think then, yeah, let's start the next round. Before I go into a fight, I think I will drink 1 of these healing potions, 1 and 2, so I should be able to survive the first blow and then I could heal again. So we are drinking this one and then, yeah, I might need to waste some movement points here, but I think that's still okay. So we are spending this 1 and 2 to move in here. We had 1 more movement point left from this. We still have to spend the combat action and you can't enter a space with a monster if you're out of combat action. So I couldn't go there if this token would be here. I would have spent it for the movement. In this case, that's totally fine. Can we still have that movement point left? And then we are drawing our next monster. And oh, it's the venomous spider. I think that's only a 4. Is that the first card I'm seeing with only 4 life points? But yeah, it comes with a guard token and 2 chaos tokens, so that's also not great. Looking at this, I'm relatively certain that it will do at least 1 point worth of damage, because even with a 0 it deals 1 damage. So I have to assume it's doing at least 2 points worth of damage, which I might be able to survive. Maybe a +1 on the gold card. Again, question is, should I heal now or shouldn't I? That's the main question. I can't kill it in one go anyway, so I think let's not take any chances. I will also, before we are doing, I think we can still do that when I have seen the combat setup. So let's complete that real quick. So we're adding 2, we are adding 1 guard token, which it will be using. This time we are not affected by any elementals whatsoever. And then again, before we are going into the combat order, I think I will, let's drink that potion. Let's not take any chances here. I don't want to die because timing is really of the essence in basically all of these scenarios, it seems. Okie dokie. Let's reveal the combat card. So that's a 1 and a 4, which is ultimately a 5. Unfortunately, it will use guard tokens. It will only use guard tokens on the die with a 1 to 3, I believe. So we are re-rolling that. I keep doing this. I shouldn't remove it. It's still a +2 for itself. So that's already a 6 on its own. And that's okay. We were kind of lucky. 6 + 2 is 8. So that's a 2 point worth of damage. I think we will again simply take it on the chin and go down to 4 life points. Then it's us. We will be using our rusty sword again. And that's a 10. I think there's really nothing we need to do about that. Yes, I could debate if we want to use a guard token to make it maybe to an 11, because then I only need to roll basically a 3 to 5 for the next attack. But I still think that this is okay. We can manage. So let's find 2 of these life tokens. Why is it venomous? It doesn't do anything venomous on its own, right? No, it doesn't. Simply because, yeah, maybe because it's already doing a lot of damage on its own, right? So that's 2 points worth of damage. We need to come up with 4 more. So this card is gone. The one and only guard token is gone. But of course, we still have chaos tokens like crazy. I'm out of healing, which could be a problem. So let's reveal the next combat card. Ugh. And this is quite terrible, actually. So let's see, that's a 6 and a 3, 9. Not good enough to give me 1 She's intervention. It will use 1 of his chaos tokens, though, and we have a golden card. And I told you, these cards can be pretty brutal. So let's see. Oh, gosh. So that's basically a regenerate. It will give itself a +2 and it will heal 1. So that's definitely a problem. So it heals 1 right away and it will heal at the start of its next activation. That's something I forgot when I initially played this game, that this box up here is basically an ongoing effect, but it will not kick in right now at the start of the next activation. So this chaos token is basically triggered here. It has a +2, this roll, which is then an 11 basically, right? And the 11... that's the 10. That's 3 points worth of damage. And it healed. So we need to come to an 11. I think I am okay, but I need to kill it actually. Which means I will take the 3 points now. 1, 2, 3. I need to hold on to my guard tokens. Relatively certain about that. But again, somehow I have to make it to an 11 now. We are not gaining any penalties. No, we don't. And that's not an 11. That's really a very, very poor start. So we will go with this. We will re-roll that. So that's an 8 in total. Still not good enough. So we have to spend another one. We will re-roll it again. And that's a 5. And I think that is okay, right? 5, 8, 10, 12, 3 points worth of damage. It's killed, so we are killing it before it can regenerate, but it cost us 2 more of these guard tokens. That was really costly, but the venomous spider is out. We are gaining 1, only 1. I didn't see that. Yeah, there are cards that give you 2. We get another opal, which we can still sell, so we are not really making enough room here. So we're getting an opal, which we can carry around. We are gaining 2 more of these silver cards. We are gaining 2 more and 4 more. 4 silver cards translate into a golden card, and the golden card is basically 1 coin. So we do that now, but as I mentioned, when we get silver cards, so we can simply move these silver cards up there. I haven't looked at those, so it doesn't really matter. Schrödinger stack, you know. So these are gone. No, I don't get it actually. Yeah, that was a different space. Yeah, these guard tokens are simply we are down to only 1 guard token. That is not enough, but at least we are gaining 3 more coins here. We have to place one of our shields in there. I think this is a shield. No, this is also different. Keep doing this. It's one of those. So if another player would want to trade here, they had to pay me something because I am the hero of this town. I will clean up the mess over here, and then yeah, I think we want to take a trade action next, right? I believe we still have our movement point. They survive basically from action to action. Again, unless I'm defeated, then I'm losing the remainder. But I think we need to trade now. So we can do an awful lot of stuff here. Purchase items, sell items. We can heal, unveil hero tiles, train abilities, unlock hero slots and whatnot. Because it's a normal merchant space, the first thing I do is to spend 1 life to heal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So I think that was already crucial. Then again, we can sell stuff, and let's do that. So we are selling this gold piece for 5. I think that's a good start. Again, we could now debate if we want to sell the amethyst or the opal, but before we do, I think we can do this in any order, so I don't need to do that right now. So I guess I need to go for a unveil hero tiles ability, right? So that's something where I have to, and it's really a bummer now, I have to spend 1 coin now to have a look at basically my level 2 tiles. That's one that you're only using for 2, 3 or 4 player game, but we have 2 to choose from. Again, 1 more reputation and we would have gained 2 tiles basically. But yeah, let's see what we get. And I really shouldn't be surprised. This is pretty much public knowledge. There is an overview of those tiles, so you can look at those anytime basically. But again, I really don't know this game well enough. The Prospector allows me to draw 2 natural resources to keep on when I take a mining action. It's nice but not great. I think because we want to move as fast as possible, we need the Furious Charge here. Move up to 3 hexes in a straight line to reach a hex with a monster. Then we can fight, and for the first round of combat, the monster would gain a penalty of -2. So it's basically a free move of up to 3 hexes in a straight line. Movement in this game is extremely huge. So we have to decide between one of those two now. Again, I will go for the Furious Charge, which we can learn right away. So again, we have to follow the symbols here. So I couldn't place this one on a space that I think all of these are abilities. So what this weapon, for example, couldn't go in one of these slots. Makes sense, right? So we're adding this in here. This doesn't cost us anything to train. So normally there could be training costs on there. In theory, I could sell my sword, but I might still need it. And we also don't have to unlock this space here either. So we can place it here for free. So that's already an okay start. Then we want to look at the things that are here right now. We have a helmet, we have these boots. Both of those would increase my max health by 1, and the boots would still give me a +1 on movement. It's a little bit more expensive. It can store one of these blue things, don't know what those are. And usually you want like colored symbols because there are, let's call it, set collections in here. So this amulet here, for example, if you have 3 items of the same color, you would gain the bonus of that time. Right now, I think that's nothing to worry about. So I think, I think I want the extra movement as well. Again, it's a short scenario, so let's spend the 6, right? Yeah, let's do that. We are grabbing this, and the good thing is we don't have to unlock anything in here. We can simply place it on that, and again we have 1 free movement each round now, so we have to exhaust it and then we gain the movement point. We are gaining 1 max health, and whenever you gain max health, your current health also goes up by 1. So that's already an okay start. Let's reveal the next tile. That's now a match with this helmet together. Do I want anything else? The throwing net is nice, and I also had this during my first playthrough actually, because it's one of these fast abilities, or so you can use it before the combat basically to make the monster get a penalty of -2 or a -4 respectively. I could use it for, I have the money actually, but there could be better stuff. One thing that you can do once per, let's say, trade phase, you can wipe all those and replenish, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I will now repopulate the board off camera, and that's the new display. Yeah, that's now really a dilemma. Do I want more health, or do I want the throwing dagger, which again could deal up to 2 damage points? And getting extra damage out is also ultra huge actually. Similar to games like Runebound, where this 1 extra point of damage can be extremely helpful. I'm down to 4 money right now, so I can't really afford this, but of course we can sell out our opal here. So we have basically 6 now. So I will basically get 1 coin back from this. And with the 1 remaining coin, I could in fact still heal once more. I think that's not really worth it. So we are getting the throwing dagger now, which we have to place onto this spot here. But that's okay. We can exactly carry 1 of those items around with us. Let's reveal. Okay, for 5 we could gain both of these stones, which I think do not really help us right now. No, not at all. Of course, one thing I should have done before I traded, I should have moved in here, got something out of this, and then moved back and trade. But yeah, again, I will not take this bet because I have revealed new stuff. So let's not do that. I think, should I have revealed this by now? I think I should, right? Yeah, when I move back the extra of course 2 potions which we no longer have. Okay, so we had still 1 more movement point left, right? Indeed. So I think we are going to move on that. So this movement point is gone. We have to reveal our next tile. Oh, another again, portal next to portal. But down here we have an earth elemental, which simply adds a +2 on all our dice rolls, and that's the same for the monsters we might be fighting there. And then we in theory have 2 more movement points, basically 1 from our boots, and we still have this one. Whew, what am I going to do next? I think we need to rush into a fight soon. But of course, before we do, we will have to place one of our markers here. Of course, we want to gather stuff, right? That's the idea. And what do we find? Oh, that's nice. I think I will cash it in right away. I want this guard token. It's a scroll, we can use it, so we are back to 2 guard tokens. That was really extremely important. Okay, that was cool. Then I think I will use my boots, so we will tap those in order to move over here, just to see what is coming. I don't need to interact with these quest spaces, of course. We will start down here. Ooh, more. Oh, another one of these earth elementals, which again is not the end of the world actually, and we have to reveal one more up there. And okay, here we have one of these alchemist tiles. Oh, nice. So we have one more movement point to move down here, and then we can see what is here actually. Let's do that. So we are spending this to move down here again. Yeah, the map is really growing relatively fast in this game. And ooh, okay, another earth elemental, which is kind of a pity actually. I really wanted to see a water element because they make you heal. But we can still dig for treasures here for a free action. So what did we find? And oh, you must be joking me. A rusty dart for free. Now we can always sell it for once, or we have the throwing dagger and we can only equip one of those. That's kind of a waste. So for now we have to put it in our backpack. It's basically 1 piece of silver. But okay, that's basically the end of the round, and I think I will call it for today. I might be able to complete my playthrough in the next episode, so it might be a shorter series. And again, I really hope I was able to speed things up from the second playthrough. Again, it's a ton of fun to play. I so enjoy the gameplay. It's so smooth, so crisp, really enjoyable. Let me know what you think. I'm relatively certain that you will be able to spot some goofs, and because I'm doing another episode, I might be able to try to fix one or some of those. Just let me know. Also, let me know what you think I should be doing. I think I'm really not making enough run rate at this point in time. I'm really not fast enough. And yeah, let me know what you think. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye bye.